FlossTube, Janelle here with coffee, wine, and stitching time. It's been a few minutes. Today is Monday, July 28th. Yeah, I had some notes. I have like lots of notes, but I have some little notes. The last one, April, May, June, was June 2nd. It's been a full 2 months. But you know what? It is what it is, but I'm back. Yeah. So I've had lots of things going on in my life. Still have lots of things going on in my life. Things just aren't slowing down. They keep revolving. Like this happens and then the next thing happens and then I have a false hope that all the things are stopping and then bam, let's start it up again. Why not? And then and then it gets a little bit better and then there's a false hope of everything stopping. And let's just keep this cycle rolling, shall we? No. Let's get off this. Anyways. Okay, I'm not going to dwell on all of that stuff because I am here to show you guys what I've actually done. So goals for my last year have been to do a lot of FFOs. To try to stay ahead, to try to do this, to try to do that, all kinds of things. I have some lofty goals once in a while. And I've realized that, I'm not one for lofty goals. I am one for what happens, and that's how it's going to be. So this last week has been another little roller coaster, and it hasn't been 3 months of a roller coaster, but it's been a week of a roller coaster. And the last couple days, I'm like, gotta do this. So I got off my tushy and I went and did it. And so now I have some things to show you. This video is probably not gonna be as long as the other ones. Oh, that's another thing. So I know like my last 3 videos or 2 or whatever, I kept saying, oh, I'm going to post those other ones. Oh, I'm going to post those other ones. Well, by the time you see this one, the other ones will be posted. And there is definitely not going to be a yarn shop pop video. I kept like promising and being like, hey, let's do that yarn shop pop video and get that out there. Well, that was one of the things I did this week is things have just been cluttering and getting stashed in my office, and I just decided, put it away. You're not gonna do it. Put it away, get past it, and live your life and keep going. So that's exactly what we're doing. We are getting past it. No yarn shop pop video this year. Maybe next year. Maybe if I'm more on the ball, we can actually do that. But it was kind of fun looking at when I was putting all that yarn and stuff away. It was kind of fun looking at it and going, ooh, I wonder if I bought that for a reason. Which makes me really think, do I really need to buy much yarn? No, I don't need to, but it's so pretty. In fact, I have some here to show you anyways. I put all the yarn shop pop stuff away, but I kept a couple of other things out. So, okay, let's get going here. Let's start rolling with some things. The last 2 months, it was June and July. I couldn't tell you half of what I did those 2 months. I know I went and saw the grandbaby, and guess what? I'm gonna be a grandma again. We are gonna have, they told me it's called Irish twins, when you have 2 babies within a year. So the first one was in February, the next one's gonna be in January. I am so excited, super excited for this. I can't wait. Well, I can wait, I have to wait, but it's gonna be exciting. So that means when they find out if it's gonna be a boy or a girl, then I can go ahead and figure out what thought enters my mind for the next animal and blanket. I already have some thoughts, so I just have to be like, is that what I want to do? Yes or no. So there we are. Yeah. So, okay. I've been promising some FFOs, fully finished objects. I got some. I've been on a mission up in my sewing room. I've been cleaning up there as well. And so I don't know what got into me, but it was the perfect weekend just to take a deep breath and let it out slowly and just lose myself in thoughts and stuff. So I did some finishing. I did finishing of all the things that were like, you know, on mat board or framing and all that kind of stuff. Then I'm like, okay, I have some things to paint. So I even did the painting and finished those. And then I got to the sewing, and the sewing's not the best. So I have a pile of things I'm going in plans coming up, but I have a 2-week road trip I'm doing. So I am excited for that, and I'm taking the things that didn't really work out so well with me so that I can have a little input from friends at other cross-stitching events. So, all right, so let's show some things. All right, the first thing, I thought I kept some of this with me, but maybe I did not. I can guess. I can guess what the different patterns are and all of that. I think this one is Lizzie Kate. So, this is one of there's 4 seasons, seasonal ones. I don't know if it's Lizzie Kate or not. I think it's Lizzie Kate, but this is the summer one. So there's like 4 different items on the thing to choose from. And I did these with, a group of friends, and we did like a little round robin. So everybody stitched on a piece of everybody's for it. And so this is my summer, and I added some cute little buttons. And what I did is I didn't want to do like anything too crazy. So I just frayed the edges. But these are, let's see, does my glue stick? Yes, my glue stuck. I did the whole washer magnet thing for these, and I just put this on a piece of comic board. So there's my summer, and you know, it's easy to adjust and make it straight, but there's my summer. I won't put it on the board for all of them, but I'll hold up all the rest of them. Here's my winter. I added some snowflakes and a little snowman there, and this one did come with this little bead. And then let's see, what's next in our pile? Here we have spring. Spring didn't come with any extra beads, but I did have this cute flower pot and then this little bee, so I added those. And you can see like where the comic board is on that. But if it's on the wood thing, you don't see it. So it works out well. And then here's autumn. And autumn did come with these 2 little buttons for the owl's eyes, but I just added some other autumn buttons to it. So that was fun. So I am excited to have this done. My next thing, this I believe is Primrose Cottage Stitches, and I don't remember the name of it, but it's one of their Halloween ones. It's been around for a couple years. And I just mounted it on some foam board inside this little shadow boxy thing. And I did paint this black, so it's a little kind of matte black, chalky looking. And this one's Professor Hyverman's Clockwork Steampunk something or other. I don't recall all of the details. Maybe Summer Stitchworks. I don't recall all the details. But this I used, instead of using all of the called for floss, I used Ymir Almond M&M's silk floss for this. And instead of doing all the French knots, you can see I did beads here. And then I found a couple fun little bees to add in. And the other thing too that I did on this one is these corners were different on the pattern. I didn't like how the corners were, so I made my own corners. So I just kind of squared them off. So, but I thought that was pretty fun. yeah, yeah. All right. Here is my Autumn Leaves and Coffee Please, or Falling Leaves and Coffee Please. This is from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I repurposed a little tray that my friend had given me. It was brown already, but I thought this would be perfect to go on there. So I did, here is my Autumn Leaves and Coffee Please. And this one, I like actually went out and watched a YouTube video. I watched Stitching with the Housewives video on like creating a, I think they called it a ruche. No, I don't know what they called it, but where you tear off like an inch of fabric. It was actually when I was looking for the washer magnet video of theirs, I found this, and they did the washer magnets and this little like extra thing. So, so here is my stitched item, and I know it's like wobbly, I'm sorry. But you can see that there's some 3D coffee beans on here. I glued on a couple coffee beans. Here's a cute little heart. So I added a few little extra gems to it. I just put that on some foam sticky board and then did this little material with the coffee beans behind it, and I think it turned out really good. I'm very happy with it. And then I have this guy that I got in a box, and I feel like I want to this is gonna like stand up in my coffee corner, but I feel like I want to like do something to hang it from this thing or something. I don't know. This will be in the decoration somehow. All right, then we have one of my little diamond dot things that I did, and I had this little shadow box. So this is just the diamond painting. I painted the shadow box, just this kind of rough mixture of colors, and just put a bow on top. You know, just put a bow on it. And there you go. Oops, Mr. Rudolph or Mr. Reindeer didn't want to stand up. There's more. That's only not even half. Well, maybe about half. All right, the next thing I have here is my Gilmoreisms from Forbidden Fiber Co. And this is, here it is. I'll go up slowly and then I'll hold it back. So this I just put on some matte board or foam board, and then found a picture frame that I liked, and then the backing didn't really fit, so I just put it in here, and then I put some felt on the back to finish off the back so it has a nice back looking. So yeah, so there we are. So this is my Gilmoreisms from Forbidden Fiber Co. My husband is going to have lots of fun hanging things with me. Or he's going to be like, you just go for it, whatever, and, you know, deal with the consequences later. All right, here we have Electra. Now, she's not perfect, and my pinning, you know, I do what I can, but I got this frame from Michael's, and it's a thick frame, so I had to get some like extra thick foam stuff to go in there to hold her in place. But here is my Electra, and this fabric, I know this is this Nora Corbett, or is this Mirabilia? I think it's Nora. And here, I'll give it a little close up. It doesn't do it justice. The camera doesn't do it justice. But anyways, this fabric is called Speckled Hen, and it's a fabric flare printed fabric. But there it is. I originally was going to enter this into the fair, and I suppose I still could, but you know what? I just don't want to deal with that. So I'm just going to enjoy it and put it out at Halloween. Or maybe I'll, you know, put it somewhere where it can live on the wall forever. Okay, this is a repeat. This one I've had done before. This is my Look for the Beauty. I think it's a Bent Creek. I don't recall. But so I had this frame, and this frame had this big leafy, you can kind of see a little bit of this. It had like this kind of a leaf thing all painted over here. And you hold it up and all of a sudden your eye just goes right here. I didn't like that. So what I did is I actually did this because I had the back all put on and everything. And I just was like, you know, let's try it. I painted it with the project in. I was very careful. But I, again, just like I did with the other thing, I did like a mixture of colors and just kind of washed it and made it work. But so this is Look for the Beauty, and I did change the colors. So I did my own conversion, and I liked the little sheep on the side, so he got to stay. But I think it turned out well, and I'm very happy with it now. I don't need to do anything else except hang it up. Well, so yeah, so a lot of these need some hangers on there, which my husband will help me with that too. All right, what do we got next? Oh, we got this little ghost. I think this is, I can see the pattern. It came in a Black Needle Society box. Mama's X-Stitch, Witchy Stitcher. This was a little ghost by Witchy Stitcher, and I just had this little frame, and you can see, yeah, turned out cute. Easy peasy. Here is another one. I just put this one. This one's Happy Halloween, and I feel like this again is a Primrose Cottage Stitches. This one I did like a I think it was Diamante or something like that with this one, with these guys. So it's sparkly. And no, the ghost is not sparkly. It's just these pumpkins here are sparkly. You can see a lot better in person, but there you can kind of see it up close. Yeah. Okay, this one is fun. This is another Forbidden Fiber Co. This is, I did change the pattern a little bit. It had more to the pattern, but I didn't want to include it all. So this is, I call this tacos. This is my tacos. Inhale tacos, exhale negativity. And this is just on a little wooden shadow box. And I had this fringe that I got from Joann's and just kind of tucked it in all the way around the edges, but it's pretty fun. Can't wait. This one's going to be, I don't know where that one's going to go yet, but that one needs to live on the wall all year because tacos are good. This one I've had done for, oh no, I guess not. This was one of my first ones I started doing, but then I added a little more trim to it. So this one is, I almost want to say it's a Prairie Schooler. Prairie School. You know, the Santas. The same people that do those Santas. I feel like it's one of those, and it's an autumn pattern. It's just a portion, just like one of the items, but I just mounted it on foam board and stuck in a little thing around the edge there. This one, Fairy Wool in the Woods, Good Night, Sleep Tight. This one is one of the few that I actually put behind the glass. These guys are so cute, and I love this frame that it ended up on. Sorry for the glare, but yeah, pretty fun. And then this one is Baba Black Sheep from Historical Sampler Society, and I found this little tray. And I was originally going to paint the tray, but I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I kind of like the color of it. So I just, I did a little ribbon edge along the edge there just to like help bring out some of that gray. And it's like the same color gray as the handles. And this is volcano stitching fabric. And yeah, so cool. All right, and then, okay, so let's look at some of my fails because, you know, I'm not afraid to fail. It happens. So this guy, this was a little thing that I had, and I wanted to make it into a little pin cushion. Well, I had an idea of like I would, you know, do this and then put some sort of a thing on it so it would just sit in this mug nice, and then I could like take it off and do that. Well, I don't like how it turned out. So I am actually going to take this with me. This is a mug that my sister and her husband, when they got married in 2002, and they went to a pottery place and made mugs for everybody that were in the wedding party. So, so it's a special mug for me. And I thought this would be really cool with it. And so I thought that would be really neat. Now I just need to figure out, I think I'm just going to bring it to Welcome Stitchery and see if somebody, one of their finishing people, can just do that for me. But I want to use the mug still. Like, I want to be able to like maybe throw some trinkets in it or something like that. So I want to be able to take it on and off. So we'll see if that can come to play. All right, let's see. Here is, so this one, this one's in progress. This is my ornament that I did last year. It's a JBW design, and it's baby's first Christmas, so I need to finish it before Christmas. And I was able to sew it, and I was able to get this. It's a little off-centered because, well, the first time I did it, I actually sewed it where this would have been on the inside, so I had to redo it. And I still have to like sew up the edge. I stuffed it in there. I don't think I want to stuff it anymore. I've been contemplating how much I want to stuff it. So I need to do that. And then I want to do some cording around the edge of all of the colors of floss that I used. So here's a closer up version. You can see I have a bunch of beads on it as well. So, but in the end, I think it turned out really well. So pretty happy about that. And let's see. This is the pile of the sewing finishes. Here's one of my fails. So this I'm going to take with me and see how I can do this better. See if anybody has any tips for me. So this is what I did. So I have this Dasher Dancer and I have this Christmas fabric, but I wanted this ribbon to like be on the outside edge of it. Well, somehow when I did it, I don't know how I did it. I put it on there, but it's not all connected, and it's connected really wonky. So I want this ribbon to be on there between the seam so it's connected and it's not like glued on. What I did is so here's another one that I have that idea for. So I have this Jingle All the Way piece, then I have this fabric, and I know right sides together, so I did that. I put those right sides together and I sewed it so you can turn it right side out. And then I took the ribbon and I sandwiched it between the two. So it was here, so it would catch. So I sandwiched it here. So here's like one thing, the ribbon, and then here. But when I turn it right side out, after I'm done sewing it, I get these weird, it's like it created box corners or binding corners or something like that. And that's not exactly what I want. So I am going to bring this with me and see if there's anybody that's done something like that. And if not, who knows, maybe I'll just have somebody have the finisher finish that for me too. So I have those two items that need to be finished. This one needs a little bit more finishing. I just need help with that cording. And then this one I'm bringing with me, this eek, and I have the black fabric for it, but I want to get some pom-poms or some kind of lady dot trim. I don't have any in black, so I'm going to bring that with me so I can shop on my little road trip. And then this one, I want this in a frame or a pillow. I don't know, a frame. So let's see, let me put, so I'm going to take this with me to see if I can find a frame for this one. And I think this is a Cherry Hill Stitchery pattern. So there we are. Oh, I have a couple other finishes as well that I'm going to bring with. This one is my Flying Lessons by Silver Creek Sampler, and I want to get Chantel's 141. She has a hanging sign, and I want to get that. So I'm going to see if any of those places have that hanging sign. Otherwise, I'll order it right from her website. I have a special, I can't show you, but I'm so close to finishing it, but I need to find some fabric. One of my outings, I'm stopping at Hamilton, Missouri, Quilt Town, USA, and apparently there's lots of fabric there, so I'm thinking I'll find the fabric I need for this extra special finish. I'm stuck on it just a little bit, but I've been watching some different YouTube videos and I think I have some really good ideas, and I'm so close. I just need the one more kind of fabric. And then the last thing I have is it's this Erica Michaels. I have the berry all stitched. I was thinking about doing these, but I'm just gonna be done with it and not do those. So I want to get this, so I'm gonna look for some trim and some toppings for this berry. So I just need to figure out how to do that then. So those are my finished. I have all those finished, and I still have a few things that need some attention and finishing. Oh, the other thing too, I'll tell you now, but you know, so it won't be a surprise later, unless you forget. If you remember like I do, you'll easily forget. But this guy here, so this is gonna be made into a little pillow. I'm gonna put a jingle bell on it too. So jingle all the way. It's got a jingle, right? So there we are. All right, let's see. So those are my finishes, my FFO. Oh no, I have one more. Oh, I know I did not finish this by June 6th. This I was working on in my last video, and I was part of a class or a knit along, and let me find here it is. Here's the pattern. This is my Easy V that I was knitting by Caitlin Hunter, and I finished my sweater by the deadline. I don't have it blocked yet, but so it's a V-neck collar, so I have to block it so that V-neck collar looks good. Here is the sleeve and the bottom, and so it'll, like, you know, all these little weird things, and I've got a couple ends to sew in, but all the knitting is done and just requires blocking. So this is my Easy V sweater. I'm so excited. It is going, I tried it on, it fits. It's a huge accomplishment for me to finish a sweater. So I love it. It's like the 4th or 5th big ticket item that I finished in my knitting that I've started since I've started my finishing kick. So let's see. All right, what else have I done? Oh, I attended the the Frogwarts retreat, Black Needle Society. And I had so much going on that I didn't have time to prepare for the retreats. I was lucky I got to attend the retreat. I had a whole bunch of mom stuff come up, so there you go. Anyways, one of the things that I was working on is Wildflowers by Hello from Liz Matthews. And this was part of the floss challenge that I had from Welcome Stitchery. And I had watched her video, I think it was a Welcome Weekend video, and I thought it had to be done by June 30th. Well, I knew I wasn't gonna meet that deadline, but she said that it was July 15th, so I'm like, well, this is perfect because that's right about the time of the Frogwarts virtual retreat through Black Needle Society. I don't have anything planned set aside. I didn't even kit up the floss or anything for this year's Frogwarts pattern. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just work on this. So I pulled this out and I worked on it and I finished it. So here is my finished project. I have to do an FFO and I'm gonna bring this along with me also because I wanna put it into a hoop. You can see it a lot better in person, but there is, my lighting's really bad in here today. Let me see if I go back. Can you get someone? No. What I did here is like, there you go, up close you can see better. So you can see the leaves and all of that. So there's some like white and lighter colors in there on the flowers. So yeah, so that's what I did. So there's my wildflowers. So another finish, yay. Yep, that one needs to go with me for shopping as well. I think that's all I have for cross stitch. You know, there's a bunch of more cross stitch that I did in this secret package, but I can't show you that. Not yet. Soon. You'll see it in the next video for sure, because it will be done by then. I promise. Extra special, cross my heart, everything. It will be done. And I don't even have any other like stitching in progress that I worked on either, but I do have other yarn things that I've worked on. It's just been easier to sit in front of my TV and do things where I can't stitch in front of my TV because I need extra light out there, and the light kind of shines in people's eyes when they're trying to watch TV, so I can't really do too much out there. So I've been doing a lot more knitting in that case. One of the things that I did is I did a start with the yarn shop. It's called, I don't know what it's called, but let me find the pattern. I know I've got a picture of it. Here it is. It's the Lady Whistle Down Cowl. So here is what it is. And I'm working on, it starts at the bottom and it goes up. Now they did it in like, different variegated yarn. I couldn't find the color and the variegated yarn that I wanted to do. So I made up my own kind of thing. So here is mine started, and so what I did is I have this mauvey pink color, and then I transferred over to this cream color, and then I'm going to go back to the mauve and then back to the pink, or I'm sorry, back to the mauvey pink color, and then if I need more then I'll go back to the white color again. So it's coming along. So yeah, I like it. And so it's like a brown charcoaly color, and then I just have these little mini skeins from Bee Woolen, and this is their Bee Woolen DK, and this is Cascade 220 Heathers, called Vashon Island. So that's what I've got there. So that's pretty fun. That's a pretty easy one to work on too. Once you learn the dip stitch, the dip stitch, then it's pretty easy, and you just kind of get into a rhythm with it. That is a start. I started a brioche hat, and I'm pretty sure I shared it with you before, but I'm gonna bring this along on my little road trip as well, to work on this brioche hat. Let's see. I've been working on this sweater too. So once I finished that sweater, I'm like, okay, what's the next big project that I'm gonna work on? So I pulled out my Jane wide stripe cardigan. And here is the picture of it. And mine is with the burgundies and the black and the grays. So I am almost done with the cream color. I think I have like maybe 6 more rows or so of the cream color, maybe 7 more rows. And then I can go to the last gray, and the last gray is actually up over my shoulders. So I am almost done with the front panels. And then once I do go up over the shoulders, then I can connect it here in the middle at the neck area, and then just go back and forth and do the back. So it's getting there. And this is a really easy knit, just to sit and knit and back and forth. There's not much thinking involved with that one. So that's what I have for progress on the items that I've been doing. And, you know, I'm pretty excited about that. I think I got a lot of things done, and I have a lot of things in the works. So let's move on to some haul. All right. Like I said, I had everything from Yarn Shop Pop. Other things were piling in here, and I just wasn't getting everything put away. So, but I know this is, don't have a ton of haul because I haven't been, when I was making my notes, I even wrote something down here. Let's see. I really haven't shopped to my normal shopping capacity, which is, you know, there's no problem with that. But I have, oh, I should have taken this out of the package first. Sorry. All right. This is from Fangirl Fibers, and they were at some sort of fiber show or something like that, and they had this, it's called Dirt in the Skirt. And I just thought it was really pretty. So when I find pretty yarn, I still buy it, even though I have a lot of pretty yarn. But obviously I didn't buy as much because I only have one other thing to show you. I may have purchased some other yarn in the last month, but it'll be for like a specific project or something like that. So it'll come out eventually. I did do good, and I opened some envelopes and got things ready too. So I did a little bit more thinking this time. This is a shop order from Welcome Stitchery, and this is one of the Welcome Weekends. And I got Lulu's Flock from Chessie and Me. I thought that was really cute with those sheep. And then I got this fabric. This is 18 count Ada Mayflower, a 1/4 yard. So a nice neutral, because I have 3 drawers of fabric, but I do lack in the neutrals. All right, next we've got my cottage garden, and it's been 2 months for my cottage garden. So I have 2 of them. And the way I'm storing them is I found these little guys at the dollar spot at Target. So I'm just putting them in here and standing them upright. So let's see what we got. Let's see if we got some really other cool fun colors. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. That's really neat. It's almost neon. Sea change. Bush Christmas. Ooh, that one's a bright one. Cosmos. Bridal Veil. That's pretty. Look at the tones in that one. Saurus? Gulliver. Hoya. That's pretty. Some violets, pinks, purples. All right, and here we have Evan. That's a fun one. We have Jack Frost. Pretty little mint green. Sherbert. Hugs and Kisses. Oh, that's cute. Pretty. Mode de Paris. Hippiestrum. 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 I don't know. It's fun though. It's a good fall kind of color. And here we have Daydream. That's pretty. The purple and a little bit of magenta in there. All right, so that's one of the boxes. Oh, this box is connected a little different. Ooh, okay, and this one's in plastic. Oh, there's even a little note. I apologize for the packaging this month. Our supplier is having trouble keeping up with our demand. We didn't want to keep you waiting longer, but they'll be back. So happy shipping. Cool. That's nice. All right, so here we are. Ooh, these are fun. Lovebirds. You got a little bit of green, a little bit of like light mauve, a little orangish tan, a little darker mauve, yellow. That's really pretty. Lyra Birdwalk. Here we have some Otis. That's cool. I wonder how that stitches up. Sweet Gum. But okay, so on this one, there's like a brighter green on that. So there's some good variations on that one. Eucalyptus. That's pretty. Dragonfly. Okay, Lima or Lima. It's either Lima or Lima bean. And it's blues. Let's see, can we give this one justice? No, we cannot give this one justice. This is like a sparkly, it's not sparkly, but it's like royal blue. You can kind of see a little bit better that way. Yeah, that one you're not gonna be able to get, but that one is really pretty and has like some little purple up in here on it. Here we have some zinnia. Carrot seed. Ooh, Beatrix. That's a fun one. Westwood. Kind of reminds me of like a Aztec blanket or something. Eve. And Cocoon. That's pretty. So those are my new Cottage Garden sampling threads. I'm not really sure how many months it's gonna. I think it goes for quite a bit. So that's pretty cool. All right. Next we're up with Athena's monthly floss pack, and this is July. You guys have probably seen these already. Weasley Wizard Wheezes. We have Classic Colorworks Grape Pie, Classic Colorworks Pansy Purple, The Gentle Art Royal Purple, Classic Colorworks Ember, and Classic Colorworks Lobster. And this one is Petunia Dursley, June 2025. And here we've got the Gentle Art Sweet Petunia, the Gentle Art Daffodil, Classic Colorworks Creeping Jenny, Classic Colorworks Betty Bluebell, Classic Colorworks Vintage Violet. Feisty Needle. Daytona. She's got all kinds of fun new things in her shop. Go check her out, the Feisty Needle, and it's FIESTY. And I got these a while ago, back at the beginning of June. I got some Quaint Rose. I got Percy Penguin and Roxy Rabbit. So check her out. And I believe she's putting some stuff on there. Is it Nashville Needlework or whatever the one's coming up for the new stuff coming out, new designs? She's got that going on. All right. So the only other thing I have for haul is this. And I think I'm going to bring this with and start checking it out. Now, this is already started. Other people, so, and it's kind of like a on your honor whenever you want to do it. It's a bake-off competition. County Fair Cumberland edition, and I'm getting a Halloween one too. This is from Wonder. I know I have more paper in here. There it is. It's the story, it's Bake Me a Murder, and it's the Storyteller Cowl series. And it's from Wondrous, I always have a hard time saying their name. Wonderland Yards Fab Juice Fibers. FRABJOUS. Wonderland Yarns Frab Juice Fibers. And so on here it says, can you crack the case? The ovens are hot, the stakes are high, and this year's Cabot Cove Bake Off promises more than just picture perfect pastries. When a murder shatters the sugar-dusted charm of the competition, Detective Libby Hook finds herself swept into a twisted mystery where every baker has a secret and nothing is as it seems. With a scent of sabotage hanging in the air, Libby must sort through lies, loyalties, and lemon squares before the next round turns deadly. Join the case and help follow along the cues in the mystery knit along or mystery crochet along, so you can do crochet or knit. Each evidence bag contains a QR code to access a new chapter of the mystery every day, so it's a story with it. 2 4-ounce skeins, 8 1-ounce skeins, and a set of At the Fair cards, knit and crochet colorwork charts. What you will need, so I'm going to need a needle, a couple of needles, or no, just one needle, a size 5 needle it looks like. So it says story chapters are dropped nightly. So this has started already. So I'm behind on it, but it has like, so day 1, and then like this is day 2, and then day 3. So they've got all these things wrapped individually. So I think I'm gonna bring this with me. Oh, I just thought of, I won't be able to really knit it because I'll have to wind the yarn. Okay, I'm gonna rethink this one. Maybe this will be a September thing. I'm gonna leave this at home. I'm leaving it at home. That's okay, because I'm gonna have to wind the yarn, so that's okay. That can go on the back burner, because my trip is gonna be so fun. So there's also the mystery hop that's from June 1st to August 31st. Grab a passport at the first shop and collect each part of the pattern. And there's 3 shops. There's Shanty Stitchers in Beersford, South Dakota, Welcome Stitchery in Blue Earth, and the Stitchery Nook in Osage, Iowa. So I am heading to Osage, Iowa, and spending a night there. Then I'm going to head down the next day to Kansas City, Missouri for the Black Needle Society Mystery Retreat. Murder Mystery Retreat, aka camp. And then after that, I'm going to head to Hamilton, Missouri for some Quilt Town, USA fun. And then I'm going to head up to Beersford, South Dakota for the second leg of the shop hop, or mystery hop. And then I have a welcome weekend in Blue Earth. So I'll get all 3 shops in this road trip. So I am super excited for this. Just overjoyed, So my plans, all of the things that are like, that I've showed you with yarn, except for the storyteller mystery bake series things, all of those are going with me. I'm going to bring some Bent Creek things. I'm going to bring Nevermore. We're going to start that with some people. I'm going to bring Historic Strickmeister, one of those with, and start that when I'm in Blue Earth. I'm trying to think what else is over there. Okay, hold on, let's check. All right, here we are. I'm gonna bring along this. This is one of my Barbara Anna. It is Funky Bird, and I don't have the that one. And I've got this, so I'm going to hope for a finish on this over the next 2 weeks. So that's one thing I'm bringing. I am going to bring my One Nation. I haven't touched my One Nation in over a year. And this is where all the stars are, so it's like I can work on that and fill in some of those. To put that back in a little bit better. I have all of these Bent Creek rows, and I think this one I have done. The Will You Be My Valentine one, I have this one done. So this is on 10 count, that with 3 strands. It's kind of hard to see, but so yeah, so these are going to be nice and fun, and I think it'll be cool because that'll be easy hotel if I don't have good lighting stitching. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more of these type of patterns kitted up, so I think I'm going to start one of those. I'm going to bring along my other Barbara Anna ones that I'm working on, and this is my Underwater City. I'm going to bring this along, and this is where she's at. So I could do some work on that one. This is the Nevermore that I'm starting with some friends. Lila's Studios. This is the Historic Strickmeister, and I think this one is the Spring. I'm gonna start that welcome weekend. And yeah, so that's my cross stitch that I've got. So I'm not like bringing an overwhelming amount of things. I want to keep it toned down so I don't have so many options. And I am going to visit a few shops. You know, there's yarn shops along the way. There's quilt shops along the way. I'm just going to have a great 2-week road trip, just visiting the shops and having fun. So there we are. I don't think I have anything else. Let me look at my scribble notes that I wrote down. Yeah. Oh, there is one thing. So I know I have some new starts, but I still want to get my whips down. So I've had some finishes and I've done a bunch of FFOing and everything like that. So I feel like I have like some space. Everything's not crammed in my cubbies. So I feel okay with starting these few things. However, I am going to try to get my whips down a little bit more. I thought of something one day and I was calling it, I'm like wipeout. It like capital WIP, small e out. So like whip out, wipe out kind of thing. And I'm going to do it seasonally, but I have some good ideas for it. So my first one is actually not doing it during the summer. So, and I'm going to do more of the month seasons rather than the, what do they call it, astrological. So I'm going to do it more of the calendar type season kind of thing. I'm not going to start it on, I don't know, I might start it like the 20th, 21st. And that's the astrological one or whatever it is. I don't know. Final details have to be decided, but I am going to do one for fall, one for winter, and one for spring. And I'm going to have different ways. So it's kind of like a whip go kind of a thing in a way, but it's more like, it's going to be like 12 weeks long, but I'm going to pick out like 4 or 5 projects, 4 projects I think I decided on. And cause like for the like how you pick it out, I'm going to have like in the winter, we're in Minnesota, our snow, we have different kinds of snow in the winter. We have the white fluffy snow, so like a white cotton ball. We have dirty snow after it's been around, so kind of like a gray, icky kind of dirty snowball. We have dogs, yellow snow. And then you have like the frozen, sleety, icy snow. So like blue snow. So I'm going to try to like come up with something fun or whatever and like pick these things out of a bag. Each one is like, you know, means whatever. For fall, it's going to be different color leaves. And instead of working on it like this is for the month or this is for this, I'm going to have it be that focus project for that week. So it's like you've got a week for that project. And then the next week you'll swap and you'll get to the next one. And it's not like something I'm gonna like, you know, I'm really gonna try to do like the whole Instagram thing a little bit better. I'm not gonna do more than monthly videos, that's for sure. But I really want to get down my whips still and keep working on those. So I think this is a way that I can do this, and it's a fun, unique kind of a way where I know a lot of people will like, you know, spin a wheel or something like that, and it's kind of like I have it seasonal, so it's a change for something a little bit here and there instead of just spinning a wheel. But I have it like compacted, so it's like 4 or 5 projects for this season, 4 or 5, because I'd like to be a seasonal stitcher still, and I do want to get some of these down, so that's my plan for some of that. Oh, and then spring. So spring will be like flowers. So I think like cherry blossoms will be the sign for one of them, and you know, stuff like that. So I just need to help get some of this going in my head, and I'll get it all out in the next one. It's July, the end of July. So August, it'll either start September 1st or September like 20th or something like that. So I have to figure out if I want to do September, October, November, and then December, January, February, and then March, April, May. I think I'm going to do it by the months rather than the actual seasons, because the dates and the numbers of the dates could, I don't know. that can get, let's make it easy. So I'm going to start at September 1st. So I'll have all that worked out, and I'll have my fall leaves all figured out and stuff like that. So there we are. All right. Well, with that, I think I've babbled enough and talked about enough. It's still about an hour video, but hey, I thought it was good. I got a lot of things shown, and I made a lot of progress the last couple, actually this last couple weeks is really when I made a lot of the progress. But everything's getting better day by day until the next day it's not, and then it just gets better again. So, you know, life is life, and you do with what you got. So here we are. Everyone, smile, sparkle, shine. And hopefully if you are at the Black Needle Society retreat, the camp thing, I will see you there. If you're at Welcome Weekend, the first weekend in August, I will see you there. Well, maybe it's the second weekend in August, but yeah. Okay. Cheers.